Hi, how are you?
How are you doing tonight?
Good.
Fine to be company.
Thank you. Hi, guys. How are you?
Nice to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for being here.
Of course,
Congratulations
of course.
on an incredible movie.
Thanks.
Tell me about what the experience of being in August Osage County was like for you.
It's been so fun, you know. I knew it was a great movie when I was getting the parts. So none of it's a surprise that it's being received so well and everything. But shooting it, but then last year and coming together again a year later is really what turned out to be a lot of fun, especially with Julia, because we go way back, as you know. And to see her turn in a performance like that and then to be honored for it's great fun for me, you know. I was hoping she was going to take it tonight. Seems like she deserved it, if you ask me. But these things aren't fair, you know?
I know. How do you really judge these things, right?
I don't know. You know what? I've just been so privileged to be involved with this film and with the Weinstein Company. So honestly, I'm just happy to be here.
What's your favorite part about the Golden Globes in general? Why is this such a special night?
I don't know. You know, I just saw one of the winners walking by. I think he had 2 glasses of red wine. So it's always fun to see how that plays out on different people, you know, and how their timing is, you know, how much they've had to drink before they have to accept an honor. So it can be fun.
And it only gets more
It's
fun
like a
as the night
sporting
goes on,
event.
I'm sure.
Right, yeah.
Well, enjoy.
Awesome,
And
thanks.
congratulations on the success of the
Appreciate
film.
it. See you later. Thank you.
Is it true this is your first SAG red carpet?
Yeah, it is. I was here as a spectator one time, but now I'm a participant.
That's pretty cool.
Expect to go home with a little ribbon that indicates that I was here. Something that just says, you know, he participated today.
So you don't need to necessarily win the big award. You're saying, I just want a ribbon.
No, this is really great, obviously, because it's actors voting for other actors. You know, I'm just working with a woman who just joined SAG, and, you know, you're randomly selected to be on the nominating committee.
Yep.
And she voted for us, so I was really happy about that.
Now, Meryl Streep, who you're in the film with, as well as Julia Roberts, I hear that Meryl would have these potluck dinners. She would invite people over?
We had the most wonderful time making this movie. If it didn't turn out great like it did, none of us would have minded, because it was incredible. We had a lot of tough scenes, with especially one where we did have a real dinner around Meryl's table. She cooked for us. Margot Martindale made an incredible chicken spaghetti pie, unforgettable. And we ran the lines and shot the scene for the ensuing 4 days. So
that's pretty cool.
We had a great time, and Meryl's just fantastic.
Now, as a potluck, you got to bring something. What would you bring, Dermot? Or can you cook?
Not much of a cook, really. But, you know, I asked Julia what her favorite salad was, and she said it's a Waldorf salad, so I made my first Waldorf salad.
You actually made it, or you went and picked it up?
I didn't know what it was, but it's got like walnuts and grapes in it or something bizarre. It's not very good. No offense to whoever came up with the Waldorf salad, but Julia was appreciative, and I took basically the whole bowl home, which is not a good sign. At your potluck dinner, you want to take an empty bowl home, right?
That's true.
Right.
Well, we loved you and Julia in my best friend's wedding. Can you believe that's been 16 years?
I can.
16 years.
I've cherished my friendship with her ever since. So, you know, we're having a great time and got the chance to work together again for the first time. So.
Dermot, best of luck. You couldn't be a nicer guy.
Thanks.
Have a fun night.
Hi, you're watching Black Hollywood Live. I'm with the stars of the new show, Crisis. I have Jillian Anderson with me right now, and Dermot Mulroney.
Thank you. Good.
How you guys doing?
How are you doing?
Good.
Happy to be here.
Tell us all about the show.
Well,
it's fun to talk about because the plot is so intriguing and original, I think.
It starts with the kidnapping of some elite private school, high school kids, including the president's son, in Washington, D.C. They go on a school trip, and the bus ends up being kidnapped. And so obviously the government gets involved, Secret Service, FBI, and it ends up being obviously one of the biggest news stories. So you see the live feed of this disaster happening before your eyes, and then slowly but surely we see the parents. I play one of the parents, Meg Fitch, and you see the parents being contacted by the masterminds behind the plot because there are certain things that they want, and these high-powered parents have the abilities and the facilities to be able to get this guy what he wants. So in order to get their kids back, they have to perform these things, and some of the things that they're asked to do are illegal, and some of them are just not very nice. And so that's how it unfolds. There's also a relationship between myself and my sister, who's played by Rachel Taylor, who plays one of the FBI agents on the job, and we haven't spoken for 16 years, And so this event, slams us right into the middle of our dysfunctional relationship, and so we have to negotiate that.
Now, this seems like a different role for both of you. You have such a long career and have had such a diverse amount of work that you've done. What is your favorite part about playing the characters on this show?
Well, I've never appeared on a television show as a regular, so this is the first time I get to do that thing where you inhabit a character for a longer period of time than when you're doing a film. And the storyline is not finished when you start. We know what happens now, which is awesome and kind of unbelievable how this story does unfold. It's really exciting. But for me, to play a character for a continuous amount of time and really inhabit his thinking has been a blast. I play a parent in this show too. I'm on the bus, so initially I'm one of the hostages and in this crisis situation myself. But then the plot twists.
The twist, the real twist, which he's like, I'm not going to tell you any more about the twist.
We have been authorized to tell you anything that we want, but we don't want to. Yeah, because it'd be more fun that way.
We can keep us guessing.
Well, we know and you don't. You know, how long is that? How often does that happen in our favor? You know.
Yeah.
Now, if you could play any other character besides your own on the show, what would it be?
Oh, that's interesting.
I'd play
I'd play your character
for sure.
In a second.
She's got a great part, and really we all do. And so many unexpected things happen. You know, Lance Gross and Rachel Taylor play this pair. He's in the Secret Service, she's in the FBI, and they are crushing it. Really a badass partnership. You know, we've seen it so many combinations over the years in television and film, and it's a great story when you have sort of partners put together who don't necessarily mesh at first, and they're doing the best job with it. It's really fun to watch. So I'd play both of them.
As well?
Yeah.
All of them.
Everybody.
You know, one of these. We actually have some of those.
So you do like a Mission Impossible almost.
There are aspects of stories like Mission Impossible and the Bourne Identity. There's a CIA conspiracy in this that's woven into the other agencies of the federal government. And the whole thing's playing out moment to moment on television right before your very eyes. So it's.
How can you not watch that? I mean, I'm telling you.
Well, I'll be watching, and I'm sure everybody in our audience will be watching too, so check out Crises on NBC. Thank you guys for talking to us.
Really excited for this show. It has a lot of young talent as well, so have you guys been mentoring some of the younger actors on the show?
Oh, I wouldn't say so much mentoring. The storyline doesn't really put us in the friendliest relationship. But you know who we love working with is Stevie Lynn Jones. She plays my daughter, and Max Schneider, and the rest of the young cast. It's really been a blast. I get to sort of dominate them, which is awesome. But, you know, at the beginning of the story, we don't really know any quite what those relationships are going to be.
It looks like, I mean, it looks like this huge thriller and suspense this entire season. So is that, it takes us through this story of one day, or how many days is it? It
is consecutive action, so that, you know, we're on episode 10 or something now. We're shooting currently, and it's about day 5. Yeah. So, everything that happens in those days you see in the show. As this global story is unfolding in the media and CNN's playing, so that you know that the world's watching. In fact, that's one of the interesting things about the show, is that we're showing that aspect of how a story comes to light. There's totally unpredictable action in every episode.
And you shoot on location in Chicago. How's that been?
You know, I was there. I was there for the polar vortex. It was 25 degrees below zero. But then the next morning it was warmed up. It was only 10 below on the L station.
I wasn't there then, so I can't complain.
She had those days off.
I grew up in Chicago, so my mom taught me negative integers when we were looking outside the window at the thermometer on the...
Hey, it's not so bad, as long as you don't start to shiver.
As long as you don't start to shiver. I feel like that's the only thing to do.
No, just don't. And then you're fine. Okay. You won't even know you're cold. It's hard to explain, but if you can prevent yourself from beginning to shiver, you'll be fine.
You just have to not think about it.
Scientific fact?
That's just, you know, did you see a little movie called The Gray? Maybe not. That was 35 degrees below zero, so this is really nothing. I've done a number of cold weather movies.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
I think you're making it up.
I am making it up. Absolutely.
Well, congratulations on the new show. I'm really excited to see it.
It's awesome.